Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab, in the new book. I'm starting from the last page. I got to wrap up the last few parts of that. It's all about what it means to be a sage of wisdom. Let's talk about it. I know what to do. That's right. Writism, 25 rule to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in to receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is at all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get that together. So I ask the question: do you know you? You will when I'm through. That's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them under a spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you, right thinkers? Know thyself and to my God be true. Right thinkers, let's talk about the qualities, okay, of a sage of wisdom, aka me, and what it means to be a sage of wisdom. Let's talk about it right quick. I got a half a page. I'm gonna do that with my pastor. I'm gonna try to stretch it out a little bit. All right, let's go. A sage happiness is not dependent upon objects or situations in the physical world. You hear me? A sage's happiness, if you're a sage, that means your happiness is not dependent upon object, things, or situation of the world. Therefore, he or she is not in any competition with anyone or have any discontent with any situations in life. I'm not part of the rat race. I'm not on that treadmill trying to get no. I'm got off that nonsense. So I'm doing what I need to do. What's best for me. That's the name of this game. So the ego in a human, uh, yes, the ego, and that's what's in all of us. As Carl Jung said, the id, the identification. That's your ego. It, Egyptians, we taught long time ago, but we know it as the id, okay, or the devil. All right, but the ego in a human being always has desires, and they desire something other to either to acquire something to make it happy or to get rid of something that causes it to be unhappy or seen as a pain in the butt. It wants what it wants. It only wants what's good, what it likes. So, okay, that's the ego. That's who you don't want to serve. It says don't serve his ego or his emotions. And since a sage has gone where? Beyond the ego, meaning he conquered the ego. He or she is not no longer affected by the desires of the flesh for things that make what? One's ego happy. My emotions don't get no say so. Okay? Y'all just go with the flow. You don't control nothing. Why? Too fickle. Okay? But the ego, you don't do things now to make your ego happy or to get away from things that makes it sad. My ego don't have no say so. Again, it's conquered. It's in a servitude mode. It'll do just what I needed to do when I needed to do it, not when it wants to or how it wants to. Moving on. Those who lead An egotistical life are always swinging from happiness to sadness, elation, depression. See the roller coaster there? You see that? That's a serpent. The serpent should go like this or like this, not like this. Okay, that's the emotional roller coaster that a lot of us ego live off of. Everybody, how I feel. I don't give a damn how you feel. No disrespect intended, but I could care less about your emotions. They don't mean a damn thing to me. They mean something to you, not to me. Like mine don't mean nothing to you. Understand that I give you the same concept. A sage of wisdom, an enlightened right thinker, has discovered that internal anchor, which provides what? Internal equilibrium, my scales of Maya, and gives one inner peace within themselves and harmony that allows them to what? To see all the developments of the world through what? Equal vision. Not just outward, inward. Thus, a sage is not happy. What do you mean? If there is $1,000,000 in the bank, or sad if there's only 100. Money don't make him move the needle. It don't move the needle in him one way or another. I'm not happy because I got $1,000,000. I ain't sad because I only got $100. That's emotional. That's that roller coaster. Happy for 1,000,000, sad for 100. If you let those things dictate your life, and a lot of us do, life ain't gonna be fun. It's gonna be constant. That's gonna be a constant bombardment. An agitated mind never will be relaxed. When I was drug dealing, I was always what? Paranoid, thinking about this, worrying about that, a whole bunch of stuff. So I never really enjoyed nothing. Okay? The 3.5 years sat me down and made you think about it. Okay? Not a good deal. But a sage of wisdom cannot be swayed. What you mean? From what? From the path of righteousness. I just gave you a lesson. A team of wild MFs couldn't get me to do what I know is wrong. That's what they're saying. I'm not that dude. I'm not going to allow it. I'm a sage. From righteousness and truth, due to what? Personal desires. Ain't nothing that I can get physically that's going to make me a better person. My integrity is intact. It's not for sale. It's not negotiable. It's mine. Okay? Like my grandmaster, I'm a Mason. Grandmaster told the ruffians, they told him, give us the password or we're going to take your life. My man. My life, you can take. My integrity, never. So I'm with the grandmasters. Moving on. Many people can follow truth. Yeah, everybody can claim it until what? Until they put into a situation when what? When they have to choose to do something unrighteous, unscrupulous, not so up and above board in order to get something that they really want. Now their integrity is on display, full display. You're going to sell out, you're going to do what's right. Integrity is doing what's right no matter what. So many people, when it's on the line, many times they will what? Rationalize in their mind to justify that bad action. And what? And to satisfy their true desires. And they will suppress their conscience. And the conscience is spelled CONSCIENCE. That means you're going against your heart. You're going against what you know is right. And you're going against it. That's going to cost you dearly. A wise sage knows that. That's why we don't do that. In order to be free to what? To do what it is that they really want to do. Out of what? Desires, not out of what's right. No. They rationalize, well, I got to do me. Okay? And a sage is not susceptible to this form of delusionary actions. You rise above that petty nonsense. I ain't to be so coerced and tempted to do something I know is wrong. straying from the path of righteous, virtuous, even in the slightest degree, leads one to worldly entanglements. I mean, you're going to have some problems. You're going to have some drama. You're going to have some fetters. You put yourself in that predicament. Now you got to deal with it. You made that bed. You got to sleep in it. It's your mess. In life, we need to get better at that as young people. Why? That mess you do early in life may cost you a lot of portions of your life. You might not want that. Nobody wants that. But if you put yourself in that predicament, you got to pay the price. So you put yourself into worldly entanglements. That's what they call it now, entanglements. Like your boy Jada Pinkett. She had an entanglement with her son's friend. Really? Moving on. That's what they call it now. All right. But worldly entanglements, and you have worries over your actions and the consequences that you're going to have to suffer through. It's a little late to realize what you did was wrong after you do it. Monday morning quarterbacks ain't won the game yet. I knew what I was doing was wrong, but I realized it hit home. It made us smart when I had to sit behind bars for 3 years and recognize, yeah, this is the penalty for that. Old school. But where there is righteousness, virtue, honesty, integrity, and truth, there is no need to worry. It's called transparency. When you're doing, living, thinking right, ain't nothing to hide. Open book. Have at it. Okay? I'm good. Simple as that. Most people have their feet on earth with earthly concerns and egoistic pursuits. Why? They want what they want for themselves. And that's normal behavior. But at a certain point in time, you got to come to grips. And some people do, some people don't. But their view of the sky, expansion of one's consciousness, is obstructed. Why? By the clouds of delusion and ignorance. That's why. When you don't strive to do and be better for yourself, that means you're settling for mediocrity. That means you're willing to be low man on the totem pole. That means you're willing to do the dirty work that nobody really wants to do. But you got another choice. That's when you put yourself in that predicament. Their mind is what? Constantly agitated, and nothing worse than an agitated mind by the clouds of desires, things that you want, things that you wish you had, things that you just because you're upset that you don't have, and you have negative thoughts, and your imaginations are of what? Bad, negative things. You see nothing good. Those are people who commit suicide. They don't see a better way out. They don't see a brighter day. They just say, the hell with it, I'm done. Low level thinking, okay? As passing clouds, and my mother's favorite phrase, this too soon shall pass. Just like good don't stay good forever, bad don't stay bad forever. This too soon, it shall pass, okay? As a passing cloud seems to create different developments in the sky, but do not affect the actual sky. So too, one's mind, the mind of a sage of wisdom, an enlightened mind, is unaffected, just like the vast sky with its deep, dark, infinite essence. When you know the truth, you know yourself, things, situations don't change you. I'm learning to maintain that, and that's a beautiful thing. A sage of wisdom does not imagine, he or she knows. I don't need to imagine or believe. I know what? All that it is to be known by me. And I abide in that knowing when? All the time. It's called being God conscious. Christians who are Christ conscious all the time, meaning they're going to act in accordance to what the Christ. Same thing. It's the same philosophy. That's why I don't knock what y'all do. I don't have a problem with that. I understand it. I do it better than y'all from what I'm told by some of y'all who watch me. Say, yeah, I know. But I do it philosophically. There's no other reason that I'm doing it. So I ain't got a problem with it philosophically at all. Y'all want to make a mythology or ritual literal. Moving on, I ain't got back time for that. Let me wrap this up. I see a clock. I'm good. This is just about perfect. Now, wrapping it up. The I am, one with God. That phrase, me and God are one. I'm one with God. That is transcended now. Why? That's an idea. That's a belief. That's a concept. Once it actually happens, once you have your mystical experience, once you have your awakening, once you reach Nihas, once you reach spiritual enlightenment, now instead of the I am one with God, yeah, it's with this understanding and your own experience, gnosis. Understanding is that what now? I am God. And I am all that is. All proceeds from me. And I am the innermost reality of creation. I abide in the hearts of all human beings. I've been trying to tell you, God dwells in the heart. He give you that. That's what he dwells in praise. This got to become conscious with that. Become one with God. And they telling you that's we're coming from I'm one with God to become what I am God. Become conscious of that fact. Know thyself. What's this? Where we at? That I am the God. I abide in the hearts of all human beings, his creation. He abides in the heart, the spirit that gives us life. That's God. So we all divine. And I am the source of all existence, of the past, present, and future. That's the all, the absolute God and the virtue, the nectar, whatever you want, but the attributes fit one God. That's it. And whatever name you call them, no problem. But they all have the same attributes. This is what we consider to be a lofty goal for right thinking philosophy, aka yoga of wisdom, which is what I teach, which has been handed down. I didn't create it, I didn't manifest it, make it up. It's been handed down. I practiced and mastered it. And from when? Time of immemorial, in the beginning. From the divine to the sages and the saints of all countries, not just one, all countries, all people, it is known as the highest achievement of life. And it's the object of real attainment in life to what? Know thyself or reach the light, the height of Nihas, spiritual enlightenment, the anointed one. And right here, this is I said in her glory, right? Let's read the epitaph for her. This is how much credit she had. We got to start the book in 1 minute. Next lesson, let me start from the book. It says here, the path of wisdom to immortality and enlightenment. Seeketh thou God, thou seeketh for the beautiful. One is the path that leadeth unto it, devotion joined with intuitional knowledge. That's the ancient Egyptian proverb. And Mayat says, may you discover the oneness of creation. Right there. Right there. And the non-dual essence. Mayat represents duality. God himself represents singular. So it's the non-dual essence of your innermost self. That's where within you. Again, that's where he dwells. So it says, Dua Aset Netterit Ah. It means adorations to Isis, the great goddess. And she's the mother of all. She's the mother of all mothers. Why? She brought her husband back to life and she brought her son back to life. So she what they call a bad mama jamma. I love that girl. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I'll be right back. We're about to start the beginning of the book. I did a little something different. So I'll be right back in a minute. But right there is in closing. May you all there to be 100. Me, 100 miles a day. So I never in my right thinkers have passed away. I'll be right back.